Hello everybody and welcome back to more Factorio Not 15. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Liz. Today we are going to prepare. I don't have access to any new science packs yet, so we can't start making blue science packs. I also don't have access to the better power distribution yet, so we can't start making those yet either, but we are researching them, and medium electric poles and big electric poles both take steel and copper in slightly different proportions. So we're going to add these to the Make Anything factory. In order to add them to Make Anything, we're going to need steel and copper together. Really, they don't need to be on separate lines, but we are going to bring separate lines into the Make Anything just for the hell of it. And we're just going to run it right along, right in, and right up, and we'll just merge them in, and we'll build them right up here, just sort of out of the way of everything. So to that end, let's get started, shall we? We have lots of factories available now, so 1, 2, 3, let's just build like this, and then right next to that should be just fine. And we'll call this guy, oh, I can't actually call it anything yet, I don't have access to them. But how are we, and yeah, this is going to do this weird thing with the electric poles, where it's going to make it go like that again as well, but whatevs, do we care around here? We don't care. Let's put a light in. We're going to need steel, and we're going to need the copper. Excuse me. So I'm thinking we just have these on one belt over here. We can bring 2 belts up. All honesty, I don't even need to bring them in all the way over here because nothing over here needs either of those right now. And I don't think we need steel for any of the tier 2 stuff, right? They never changed the recipes of the tier 2 stuff. Nope, we don't need steel or copper for any of that stuff. So there is no reason to bring it in all the way at the start and run it all the way up. We can literally just bring them in here and we can merge them together. But when I want to do the merge, I want to make it ooh, there we go. We got electric energy distribution 1. We're not going to get distribution 2 for a little bit. It does take blue science, although we can work towards blue science. We should get logistics 2 so I can set up the other half of that factory. We should also get military 2 so I can start getting military science packs. We should also get, what the hell did we need for blue again? Was it something in oil processing? Advanced electronics. So yes, we need oil processing in order to get blue science packs. So, you know, we should probably work towards that as well. But you know what? First, we're going to do logistics 2. Let's research that. Right now, I'm just setting up this little bit of the factory. I'm not rushing. When I rush, believe me, I get green, like, by this point, I would have bots if I was rushing, and our green science packs and blue science packs would all be chooching along like crazy. We'd be set. So now we can assign these assemblers to medium electric poles and large electric poles, big electric poles. That's very good. And when we bring this line in, I don't know where it lives in your world. I think it's going to live right here in mine. And we're going to want to merge it a little bit later. The reason I want to merge this a little bit later than I would normally is because I want these lines, which I'm actually going to space a little bit more than I do previously. Normally I just move them like right in and it's nice and tight and all that stuff. These two I'm going to actually space a little bit more because I think I might want to pull off of these lines to have like pure steel or copper lines in the future. And yeah, that's why. So this guy runs under this. I could put an underground belt under that easy. So this can become the copper. I can't really make this the steel line though because I'd have to split the steel right here. And right here there is an iron gear wheel. So this is going to be the copper line right here. We've got enough underground belts to make that happen. So let's do that. And then you're going to... Nope, wrong side. Whoops. That's okay. Remember, no mistakes here. We're going to do that, and that's all set to go. This, though, this creates a problem here in the copper because we do have this underground belt right here in the copper as well. So how do we handle that? What's the best way? I think the best way is we're actually going to split off of this good guy right here. Instead of splitting off of the one that we would normally split off of, we'll split off of this guy right here. And, then he's going to rebalance like that. No, I don't know where he's going to rebalance yet. Just give me a second. So that guy is going to split like so. This guy is then going to run underground like that. And the rebalance is going to happen right there instead. Okay, it might be time to run a 4-lane rebalance on the copper as well. I don't know. We'll figure that out in the future. We don't have to have all the answers right now, but we do have to make decisions. That is what we need to be doing. So we're going to cut this out, and we're going to have you split off right here. And we're just going to do it like that. There we go. So this copper line, you know, this nice little copper line here, he's got a friend. He's got a steel line coming in with him. And this is actually wrong. Actually, no, this is fine. Normally we would go underground to cross through here, but because this belt is actually a component, like it's a constituent of this 4-lane avenue, like the steel is part of this, we do not have the steel go underground. If we did have 2 other components on here, we would actually have them both go underground like this instead. If we were taking the iron or the copper or the circuits or whatever, we would have them go underground, but because the steel is actually a member of this, we can see it better here. If I wanted to split this iron and send it left for some reason, instead of sending it right, then we would have these 3 go underground, and we would have this one run like this one does. You can see this steel, these iron gear wheels, and then imagine there's 2 more belts here that aren't actually here, like that we're carrying 2 other materials on them, right? Because each one of these lanes happens in segments of 4. Okay, so that's good. Let's run these gear wheels underground. Very good. And let's merge them back up into their lane. And is everything here done then? I think everything here is done. We've got the copper going. The copper's reunited. This thing is reunited. Yeah, we got steel. We got copper. We're just going to go side load this stuff, and there we go. We've got everything we need in order to make this stuff. So if I was to do something like that, and then we can stick 2 steel chests, say, hey, I've got steel chests, what do you know? We can stick 2 steel chests down like that. We're going to limit this to 2 stacks of either, because I don't need the entire universe of this stuff. And we will output like that, and we need 1 more belt up here. Just like that. Now, is 1 inserter enough? 1 inserter isn't really enough. It has a 0.5 second craft. I could probably afford to have 3 inserters going into each of these. And we still, because they're not stack inserters, we still technically aren't filling it fast enough. Because this needs 10 materials every half a second in order to stay satisfied. Like 2 stack inserters might be able to do this, but even 3 fast inserters. This one, it's fine. This only needs 4 materials every half a second. So these 2 fast inserters are easily keeping up. But that's going to fill this up rapidly with the good electric poles, which means we don't need to use these little piece of shits anymore. We can move to medium electric poles. Oh yeah, check that shit out. Fantastic. Alright, Mech Anything Factory has been expanded and upgraded to add electrical poles into it. We have Logistics 2 coming in, which is going to be something that I can expand into the Make Anything again. Is there anything else I need to add in right now? I don't think that... Oh, lights. Lights, right. We have iron sticks, and iron plates coming in. Well, we don't have iron sticks, but we do have iron plates. I'm tempted to split here and come across, and we'll actually just make it behind. Because... No, you know what? We can split up here, and we can pull it this way, because it needs these guys. And we will still make it behind here, but we're not going to make it behind, like, over there. I don't want to build it all the way up here and expand these lines out even further. That's the point. I don't mind spaghettiing up the Make Anything Factory a little bit, because it's okay. The reason this is here is for me to be able to build my base to get to the bots, to get to the awesome stuff, to get to the I'm just amazing. If you follow along. So we're going to put you here like this, and you're going to need to make me what? You're going to need to make me iron sticks, right? Yeah, iron sticks. And then I need iron as well for the lights, in addition to iron sticks, right? Yep, I need both. That's a little irritating, actually. I'd almost be tempted to... No, I want to direct insert iron sticks. What are we going to use iron sticks for except for train track? Actually, maybe. Let's just take a peek. Let's look at trains. Do I have access to train stuff yet? No, I need engine first before I have access to train stuff. What do I need for engine? I need oil processing, right? No? I don't need oil processing to get engine? There's electric engine. Okay, let's go to electric engine because it... Oh, I have access to engine. It's right there. What the fuck? Alright, so I need engine to get access to trains, which is railway, and railway uses an iron stick and a steel plate and a stone. What's the iron stick recipe? 1 iron plate to 2 iron sticks. Okay, so we definitely want to be... We don't want to put this on a belt. That's stupid. It's expanding... It's expanding an iron line. I would much rather make them on demand. Do I want to just make them on demand twice, though, is the question. I don't know. Whatever, for now, let's just get our iron in here, and then I will have to do something for the lights as well. I could cheat. I could totally cheatsy doodle this. Yes, I can cheatsy doodle this. We're fine. We will just cheatsy doodle this, and we will make another lane on this guy here. We're going to keep that factory up there for the time being, and we'll just do, like, here maybe? Or here. Let's keep it lined up. Why not? We'll put it here. And we're getting a cheatsy doodle, and we are going to make iron sticks. And yes, we are going to do what I said we should not do, which is stick these on a belt. Just temporarily, though. So this is going to be Logistics 2. I'm going to take a break and set these guys up. Let's get us some military, too, I'm thinking. And then we can actually start setting up military science, which is going to be in a separate area. It's not going to be in this make anything. Okay, so next, we're going to go here. Sorry, we're going to take a break from the lights. We're going to come here, and we're going to set up the red belt because we have access to it now. Red belt, and this is going to be red splitters. So red splitters need yellow splitters, gear wheels, and circuits. Well, I have access to yellow splitters. I have access... Wow, that finished fast. Holy crap. I was not expecting that to go so fast. I don't want to start researching oil stuff yet. Why not? Let's research lab speed. Might as well get them done early, right? We'll get our circuits in, and that means all we need here is iron gear wheels, which I have right here. I can get in relatively easily. You need iron gear wheels and yellow belts, which are easy for me to get. That's yellow belts right there. You need yellow underground and iron gear wheels. So everything here needs iron gear wheels. It should be pretty easy to get. I'm just going to split this and take it under and run it exactly like we ran the circuits through here, through behind this guy. They're going to get that. Out of curiosity, though, Logistics 3... By the time I do Logistics 3, I'm probably not going to be using this Make Anything. I'm probably going to be using my next Make Anything, but just out of curiosity, for the sake of knowing, Logistics 3, that's automation. This is Logistics 2, leads to Logistics 3, leads to advanced circuits. Yeah, no regular electronic circuits needed for Logistics 3, so that's what we're going to do. Actually, what I'm tempted to do is just take in a whole nother line from here. Not even split off this, just take in a brand new line and loop it around up to this place, because I don't need to worry about it getting in the way if I do that. So let's make some more steel chests, because it never hurts to have some of them. And steel chests upgrade into the logistics chests, so that's what you want in the long run anyway. So we're going to put these guys here. We're going to limit you guys to, you know, relatively appropriate stack sizes. What did I limit this to? 1 or 2 stacks? 2 stacks. Okay. Well, then you're going to limit to 2 stacks as well. And then we are going to do some underground shenanigans here, just like that and that. And we'll do it here as well, even though we don't necessarily have to do it there. We will, just to, you know, make everything nice and even, because that's the way it works in our world. That's how this looks for us. And we will loop this in one more time. So that's going to happen right here. And we're going to put a splitter there. No, this is the wrong material. What am I doing? This is iron. I don't want iron. I want you. Which means we can split you off. Not right there. What am I doing? We can split you off right there. We don't need to do anything to merge you, because you're single lane for the time being. And you're going to go this way, and that's going to allow anything it needs to underground over there. That's fine. We'll just move up like, whoops, move up like this and into here, and there we go. We're set. Next is going to be, ooh, big power lines. Nice. Okay. We're going to treat them exactly like we were treating the small ones, I'm guessing, but whatevs. It's fine. And then every one of these needs iron gear wheels, right? Yeah, every single one of these is going to need iron gear wheels, and they need more than one inserter can give. Pretty much universally, right? Yeah, 25. Well, this one can almost get enough. This needs 10, but it takes 2 seconds to craft that. Yeah, okay, so we're going to increase the number of inserters on the iron gear wheels on all of these, even though it's kind of silly. Now it doesn't have enough on the electronic circuits, so let's increase the number of inserters on electronic circuits. Yeah, there we go. It's interesting. I thought that these needed some red belts in one of their recipes as well, but none of these actually need red belts in their recipe. Unless that was maybe changed. I doubt it was, but you know, it's funny to think that. Yeah, so this guy, we just don't have enough iron gear wheels now. We are totally out of iron gear wheels, and actually there's like very few, there's none basically left to come up here if we needed them. So we are completely out of iron gear wheels. These guys are going around at a good pace. They are using their iron up. It might be time to double iron gear wheel production. What do you guys say? I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to increase iron gear wheel production. Basically, all we're going to do is mirror this onto the other side of the belt and bring in another belt of iron and make that happen. So, to that end, we're just going to do this right here like that, and we're going to push that through like that. And, hey, what do you know? The next one uses green science as well. We're going to have these guys fill up this side of the belt, and they're going to oversaturate just like this guy has here. So he's not working at full speed at the moment. And then we're going to build another set of factories, basically the exact mirror of what we got going on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And these guys are going to have in the exact same locations, even though we're going to be using large poles this time, so we don't necessarily need to have these in the same locations. We are going to have inserters insert or, you know, extract or whatever they need to be. And we'll do that. And now we need an iron line coming in. A nice, good, strong, big ol' iron line. It needs to come in. Problem with the iron lines here is that they're being split quite aggressively already. But this one gets to merge with this one already, so we're going to split it again. And we'll see how things balance out. If we have troubles, we might decide to do something different. But for now, this is what we're going to do. And that's the wrong spot. That's actually the correct spot right there. There you go. Power. We have new options for power. Well, you know, we have that for power, which is so neat. Look at that. One in between takes care of everything. And we'll put lights there, and I need another light. I never actually managed to build my make anything for lights. I stopped halfway through so that I can get all this stuff going. Don't worry, we'll get back to it. There we go. So that's going to increase iron gear wheel production, which is going to help us keep up a little bit more. It's still not going to be ridiculously crazy, but it's literally fucking double what it was. These guys, however, are going to eat all of the iron gear wheels while they're producing. Because once again, look at this. 20 iron gear wheels every half second this can consume. That's retarded. And then every time we make one of these, we have to use up 2 underground belts as well. Underground belts, to make 2, you know, we need iron and transport belts. Those transport belts each use iron gear wheels. Right? Like, it's just... when this section of the factory is running at close to full blast even, it will just demolish our iron gear wheels. Doesn't matter how many have coming in. They're just going to demolish them. So this is fine. And yes, see, we are taking all of this iron, and actually we're not getting a full throughput of iron here anymore, again, because we're splitting more here now. Okay, so to that end, what we're going to do is... do a full lane rebalance right here, I think. What we could do is actually split off of the second belt instead of off of the first belt. Or even off of the third belt. And again, this is where I'm saying, if you want to make this really simple, just literally take the entire belt and put it in. Don't split off of it. Just take the whole belt and feed it in. And then if you need another belt, you just set up another smelting array and send another belt in. But I don't want to go to that much effort for this section of the factory, because this is not the final layout of the factory. This is just the layout to get me to where I need to be. So I have two options here. I can either go into the middle belt here and tap off of it instead. Which isn't going to help that much because it's contributing to this anyway. Or, like, look at this. It's coming through at a fairly rapid pace. Or I can just do a full lane rebalance right here. And that'll slow down the rate that this is taking off. I'm going to do the full lane rebalance, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, we've got ourselves a little more compression here. It's still not the way I wanted. Again, if we wanted proper compression here, the best way of achieving that is just to take an entire belt. It is not to do any of these balancing tricks or bullshit. It's literally just take a belt that is self-regulated by the fact that you saturated at the smeltery. That's the best way to do it. We are not going to, though. We have sufficient iron to keep things running for the time being with the current gear consumption. So that's the important part. We're good for green circuits. Okay, now, next, we're going to come up here, and we're going to continue what we were doing, which we are actually going to stick sticks, on a belt. We're not going to put them on the main bus. We're going to keep them in the Make Anything factory, but we are going to stick sticks on a belt just temporarily, and we're going to see how that works for us. So I'm going to want iron coming up, something along the lines like that. We can just take off of this iron, I suppose. It's not a big deal. Run that underground. Lab research speed 3 requires blue, so we're not going to do that. I just got those out of the way nice and early because we could. Let's do some engine next, because it's good to have access to that. That allows us to start building Skynet as well, which we're going to want to do sooner rather than later. So let's put these guys under, like so, which is going to allow us to split this guy off. Probably not in the best place, actually, is it? Yeah, that's not in the best place. Whatevs, we'll make it work. We're going to do something like that and run this underneath, and we'll take this up, which is going to make iron sticks for us, which is nice and easy to do, and then we'll stick the iron sticks on a belt right over here, which will come up and go underneath these. Actually, it won't go underneath these. I'm going to have these go underneath it, just because I feel like it. And we will go pick ourselves up some more underground belts, because we kind of need some. Remember, we have access now to red belt as well. I don't want red belt yet for everything, but we do have access to it, so that's a good thing. And we'll run you on in like so. Also, we are going to want to do some balancing on you so that you will actually populate both lanes. Cool, engine is done. Let's get railway, because railway is fun. I don't need a railway yet. Actually, with my resource settings, I probably won't need a railway for a good long while, but it's good to have it, isn't it? So we're going to run you through like this. Okay, lights need circuits, sticks, and iron plates. That means we need iron plates coming in here too. Well, you know what, then? What am I doing with this balancer? That doesn't make no sense at all. We're not even going to do this little balancy balance thing. What we're going to do is sideload in some iron. So the very iron that we used to make this stuff, we're just going to sideload in just like that. So let's get this started. Let's put in a couple of these guys and a couple of these guys. Actually, we only need one, right? Yeah, we need one input and two outputs. And that's going to load up onto this side. These are going to load onto this side. Everything is hunky-dory there, so we should have no problems. I mean, I could put this pole in either position. We'll put it up here. I'll put a light in there just for the hell of it. That's going to put iron sticks on the belt. I really fucking hate having iron sticks on a belt, guys. I can't express how much I absolutely despise the idea of having iron sticks on a belt. And we don't even have to extend this any further right now. This can literally just stop right here. Although, speed? Yeah, okay, we're going to want at least 2 inserters on this guy. So let's just go here. And we're going to do that, and that, and that. And we will chesticle these guys over here. Let's drop our steel chest down, and let's limit this to, like, 3 stacks of lights, let's say. I like lights, guys. I can't stress how much I like lights. You know what? I kind of like the idea of having a pole there, so we're going to put the other inserter over here instead. That's railway! Braking force 1 needs blue science. We don't want that. We need this for a train station. Ooh, it opens up tutorials when you do that now. That's kind of cool. And let's put a light in. Awesome. The lights are lit by a light. And they are chooching along at a decent enough speed. Not max rate, but close enough. I mean, it's not like we can afford to make the world's most amount of these iron sticks anyway. The reason we stuck these on a belt is because they are needed for rails. So we need iron sticks, steel plates, and stone for rails. I can just run this up a little bit and we can start making rails off of this as well. So it needs 1 every half second. This makes 2 every half second. This needs 1 every half second. No, it needs 3 every half second. So as long as this isn't running, you know, we can run the rail production at full speed. I don't need this make anything to run fully efficiently at full speed. It's not a science build. I just need it to make a little bit of whatever I want to use. Which right now is lights, which is excellent because we have more than a stack of them. There we go. Now I have 36 lights sitting in my inventory and ready to be used. That's happy. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Fantaberific, one might even say. Green circuits are still going strong, which I'm surprised at. They won't be once we get... I'm surprised they are with green science going full blast. They definitely won't be once we get the next level of science up. That's for damn sure. I think maybe... Do we want to do military science now, or do we want to get towards oil stuff and get blue science going? I mean, blue science is pretty important. Military science, we might have to fight biters soon. And I kind of want grenades to blow some of these trees up. Waste grenades on trees. Yeah, okay. You know what? Normally I would just build blue science and I have to build the oil production and all that first, but I'm thinking maybe next we're going to build military science. It looks pretty easy. It's just grenades, piercing rounds, and gun turrets. Gun turrets, out of curiosity, probably take gear wheels and iron and all that crap, I imagine. Yeah, let's get rail signals, please. It's going to be in military. Gun turrets use iron gear wheels, copper, and iron plates, and lots of them. Oh, wow, that's a lot of... Well, it takes 8 seconds to make them, though. How many do we need for... 10 seconds to make this, and it only takes 1 gun turret. So it takes 1 gun turret every 10 seconds, and this makes 1 gun turret every 8 seconds. So 10 crafts would take 80 seconds to do. And in 80 seconds, this would do 8 gun turrets. And how many of these am I going to need? Well, I don't actually know. I don't know what the ratios for the actual researches are. Let's take a peek. Where's the military researches? There's some in here. It looks like 1. What I'm looking at here is the number, like the ratios of science packs. So 1, 1, 1, 1. If this was 2, for example, it means I would need double the number of military packs for that research. No, it looks like it's all 1 to 1. So I probably want literally 10. Okay, this one is 2 to 1. Military 3 is actually 2 to 1. But most researches are 1 to 1, it looks like. So I probably want, what's like flamethrower 6? 1-to-1. Okay. So I probably want literally 10 of those factories. And if I want 10 of these factories, that means I'm going to need 10 gun turrets every 10 seconds. Okay, so the easiest way to make sure we have that is just to make 10 gun turret factories. But they make every 8 seconds, so we would end up getting a couple extra gun turrets, which I could box, right? So if I overproduce, I could box a couple extra gun turrets. I have access to gun turrets in case I want to use them, which I might, because gun turrets do have a higher maximum damage than laser turrets do at the same, like, weapon damage level. They do have less range, though. And, oh, you can load uranium rounds into them now, I bet. And uranium rounds are ridiculous. Uranium rounds and gun turrets with their extra damage bonuses over laser turrets are probably stupid overpowered. I don't know for sure, but they probably are. So I think, yeah, we're going to maybe use gun turrets. So we want to store some gun turrets is the lesson here. So I will build 10 gun turrets factories. I'll build 10 military science factories. Then I need 1 grenade every 10 seconds. Grenades build how quickly? 8 seconds as well. So we're going to want 10 grenade factories. That's going to use a lot of coal, a lot more iron gear wheels. And then we need piercing rounds. Piercing rounds are going to need the regular rounds, so that's going to need steel and copper in addition to iron. Okay, and that creates 1 every 1 second. This creates 1 every 3 seconds. So this is like having 3 factories in 10 seconds. So like 3 every 9 seconds, basically. So I'm going to want to have 4 of those factories, and then I'll create excess as well. I'll get a surplus of the ammo as well if we do that. Okay. So to run 4 of those factories, how many of the cheaper factories, like the crappier factories, do we need? So to run 4 piercing round factories, we need 1 firearm magazine every 3 seconds. This makes 1 every 1 second, so I need 4 firearm magazines to run 4 piercing round magazine factories, and then I won't have any surplus of those. I will have surplus of this. I'll have a surplus of 2 every 10 seconds, or 2 every 9 seconds, and then a little bit more because we're factoring in on a 10-second ratio, and we're at 9 seconds. So it's a little bit more than 2 every 10 seconds. And then we build 10 of these guys, and we'll have a little bit more than, because we'll have 10 every 8 seconds instead of 10 every 10 seconds. We'll have a 2-second ratio difference, so we'll have a surplus here. And then the same on grenades, which is also military. Why am I clicking off? 8 seconds, so if I have 10 of them, I'm going to have a surplus every 2 seconds. So we're going to have a slight surplus of that as well. Holy crap! Does everybody follow the math? Holy shit. Anyway, next time we're going to tackle something brand new to Factorio Not 15. And that's going to be military science packs. I can't wait to get in it. I'll see you guys there.